What next for Boris Johnson? No smiles as he approaches the end of his first big summit as PM, but he's probably feeling pretty happy with himself. Boris Johnson has performed a delicate political dance in which both the US and EU seem his natural partners, reassuring the Europeans that on policy, be that Iran, climate change, trade wars, he's with them. And hopeful that he's gone some way this past week to persuade European leaders to remove obstacles around a revised Brexit deal. But it's his progress with this man that will really delight Mr. Johnson. You've met our new Prime Minister Boris Johnson yesterday.
Yes.
You said he was the right man for the job on Brexit.
I believe that.
Do you think Theresa May was the wrong woman? And do you think that Boris Johnson can actually get a deal with the EU before October the 31st?
She chose to do it her way, and that didn't work out so well. I think she's a very, very good person and a good woman, and I really believe that Boris Johnson will be a great Prime Minister. We like each other, and we had a great 2.5 days. I've been waiting for him to be Prime Minister for about 6 years. I told him, what took you so long?
A glowing endorsement from the President, Mr. Johnson feeling on top of the world.
With every conversation that I've had with my fellow leaders, I've been struck by their enthusiasm to expand and strengthen their relations with our country.
But he still has a big problem to solve. Mr. Johnson, you talk about what MPs should do, but there is going to be, whether you like it or not, a parliamentary roadblock on your no-deal Brexit when you return to Westminster. If MPs pass a law requiring you to extend Article 50, what will you do? Will you suspend Parliament, or will you call an election?
Well, I think that it's the job of everybody in Parliament to get this thing done. I think it's what the people want. I also think, by the way, it's what our friends and partners on the other side of the Channel want. They want this thing done. They want it over. There are big, big opportunities for this country. So I think we need a new way of thinking about it. But first of all, you've got to come out, as you know, on October the 31st.
A classic Brexit dodge, but this is a question that will have to be answered before too long. Mr. Johnson will leave this summit feeling it's been a job well done. He couldn't have hoped for better rapport with President Trump, and with his European allies he managed to avoid a Brexit blow-up. But while he's still talking tough on a no-deal exit from the EU, behind the scenes, I'm hearing about a very different Prime Minister, one who is keen to impress upon his European allies that he's really serious about trying to get a deal. A good summit, but his guard will be up as he leaves these shores. Back home, he faces another very difficult, perhaps impossible, negotiation with Parliament over his Brexit position. In the saddle for now, but he'll have to tread very carefully indeed. Beth Rigby, Sky News, Biarritz.